here at Cinemaccess love Dragon Ball. Maybe nostalgia has a lot to do with it, but it's still a greatly enjoyable series nevertheless. So whether you were a hardcore fan, still are, or have watched the series on and off for some time, here are 5 reasons why you should revisit Dragon Ball after all these years. Number 1. It's still the same Dragon Ball. Even if you haven't watched every single episode nor seen each cinematic installment, you realise that the more Dragon Ball seems to change, the more it stays the same. Now, let's be honest, Goku is here to stay, but somehow the series continues to produce just as comparable prodigies or sons, all while Goku eclipses his own power level. And trust us, it's now far more than 9,000. Number 2. Everything is still improving. Of course, as technology advances and new creative minds enter the fold, the series continues to evolve, and comparing the early animation to what it is today, it's still a really satisfying jump in quality. The editing and fluency of the animation is much more crisp and smooth across each sequence, unlike the classic fight scenes where one action consumed around 30 seconds of screen time. The choreography is also more of a fluent duel in a turn-based your move, my move. Admittedly, this doesn't rule out Goku laying some beatdowns with a Kamehameha here and there, only to have an equally powerful attack returned. But that's just classic Dragon Ball, and it should never change. Number 3. The character evolution. Many people are weary of change, especially within the thin ice layer that is a cult classic, but the changes Dragon Ball introduces are very rarely disappointing. Unexpected, unpredictable, unbelievable, sure, but never underwhelming. Due to the wish-granting power of having collected all of the Dragon Balls, death is highly unlikely to mean complete finality. I mean, just look at how many times Frieza has returned in an all-new form. Yet not once has this felt like a step back in terms of viewing quality. And because of this, you can really create bonds with these animated characters and their very own story arcs. Number 4. The plethora of new characters. One of the great things about the Dragon Ball universe is that there aren't too many limitations when it comes to story progression, planets and time zones, which means there are infinite possibilities for newly introduced characters. The movies in particular are fiends for introducing new personas, though this isn't really a bad thing, rather just the opposite. For example, even if you didn't fancy watching an entire movie, the crossover still grants you the opportunity to meet the characters. The diversity is immense, and each new role always brings something new to the table. Number 5. The new series is just getting started. With a hearty group of the original cast, the likes of Goku, Piccolo and Krillin, it doesn't really matter all that much where you hop in and out of the series. At the end of the day, it's still exactly what you came to watch. Dragon Ball Super dropped in late 2015 out of nowhere to resurrect the series, and is currently thriving in its 3rd season, doing so with a healthy combination of the old and the new. Sitting at 8.1 out of 10 and 8.9 out of 10 on IMDb and TV.com respectively. If ever there was a time to return to Dragon Ball, it is now.